Yeah, well, welcome to Tarot Predictions, guys, and with that being said, I will shuffle all the cards and we can go for all the star signs to see what is awaiting us this week. Now, this is going to be a 3-card spread, people. So the first card will reflect to your career, the second card is going to reflect to our finances or your finances, depending on the star sign, and the third card, it is going to reflect to our personal life, like in relationship or outside relationship. Hello Chantal, how are you doing today? I will interpret the third card. It is like if you are in relationship or if you are outside in relationship, in case you do seeking for love. At the end of the stream, if we do have time, I will also be able to kind of answer a couple to 3 questions, by pulling out a card. So if you do have any questions, guys, you can keep up and stick with the stream until its very end, and I may be drawn to your question. Now, also make sure that you listen to your ascendant and moon sign, because they do also matter. For example, the moon sign will really reflect your kind of like emotions, for what I know. So yeah, the zodiac sign, or like the sun sign, is not the only importance. Well, I'm back, Lori, so you will miss me no longer. And the cards are set up, guys, and we are going to Aries first, as per usual. So the first card for Aries reflects to their career, and that will be the 9 of Wands. This week, guys, into your career, Aries, into your working place or your private business or something, you have the extraordinary opportunities to create a certain small changes created by you, so you can make your environment more comfortable and more adaptable, more bearable. So in other words, guys, this week the bullshits will be done into your career, and you will be able to alter the place that you're working at, the projects that you're working upon, or the activities that you are dealing with, according to your personal standards, which means that at the end nobody will be able to tell you what to do, because you will know best how you will do it. Then your finances, Aries, the 10 of Swords, it is what we have, and for what it seems, this card may come as a loss of finances, or it also may come as a how can I place it in words? Let's say that not someone, but a situation of yours that will appear this week will kind of force you to spend money upon something. It could be health issue, it could be also like a birthday that you forgot about, for example, and you have to spend your money into something that you haven't really taken under consideration, and that may lead you into a place where you struggle. More trivial interpretation of this card, guys, is that enough is enough struggling with money. What I mean is that this week the time has come for you to find a really kind of a profitable way how you can earn money, and the bad time needs to be set like behind your back. What I mean is that you will be sick of struggling with your finances, Aries, and some, let's say, some kind of like maneuvers of yours which will come as a surprise to others, and they may come kind of stupid to others, will appear into your mind. Will they be profitable or not? That will depend how decisive you are and how determined you are to push through difficulties, guys. Now, if you have, let's say, small heart, and under a small heart I do mean like you don't like to bet and you don't like to take risks, then for what it seems, you won't be able to increase your finances. This card, it's about taking, if we're talking about improvement, it's about taking risks, guys, and making your decisions final, your conclusions kind of like end type of conclusions, and moving forward toward the direction you want to increase your finances, despite what the other people tells you. Because with this card, for what it seems, there will be a lot of people telling you you don't have to do this. Well, if you do want to increase your finances, you do need to do this. And into your relationship, Aries, we do have the Three of Pentacles, which is generally a card of improvement. If you are in relationship, it will be a slow, steady improvement, mainly done by making compromises. What I mean is that you will learn from one another, from you and from your partner, what you both like and dislike, and thus you will align yourself with one another so you can make the time spent together much more pleasant and much more comfortable. If you are not in relationship, this card is showing a like ocean of opportunity, which means that there will be multiple people you can have flirting with, you can have a cup of drink with, and you can have date with. Now it depends again on you which one you are going to choose, and are you at the very end go out on a date and make a commitment. However, this card is also about taking under consideration, guys, some criticism, which means that if you are single, as soon as you focus someone in front of you that you want to go out with, you need to ask your friends, or kind of like take under consideration the opinion of your friends, what they think about that person, and especially what they know about that person, because for what it seems, someone will know something about the person you want to go with. For a for a already existing relationship, then this card shows that you may face some not very good opinions of your partner. It's kind of like stressful opinions. It will be, what? For example, your partner will tell you that he or she doesn't like something, and you say, what? You never told me that before. But for what it seems, they already have enough of it and they cannot keep it within themselves any longer, and you have to make something to adapt to the new circumstances. Now, next one comes Taurus, and Taurus, for your career, we do have the Hierophant. And as a trivial card, even though it's a number 5, which number 5 is a card of change, the major arcana, no, I haven't done Cancer yet, Violet. The major arcana number 5 is just the contrary of change. It's a change through doing the ordinary things, which means that you have to step on your own already ongoing patterns, guys, and move forward with them. Now the Hierophant shows that into your career something is going to happen, some events are going to happen which are going to make you work for the work itself rather than for the money. So in other words, the work that you do this week is going to give you pleasure, guys. Those who are searching for jobs, there will be a lot of interviews coming in your way, people, and you have to show yourself and present yourself knowledgeable, not just capable as a physical activity, but knowledgeable upon the problems that the company have, which invites you into an interview. The finances, however, well, you definitely, if you are jobless, if you push hard enough, definitely you will find a job, because the Ace of Pentacles for you, Taurus, shows increase in one finances this week, guys. And it is not just going to be a chunk of money that are coming in your way once in a lifetime. What I mean, only one time income, but it will be a steady income moving forward into the future. So with that being said, those who are jobless, I can predict from these two cards that they can find a very good job, and not just job staying in one place like for several years, but that job will be something about improvement, but climbing up the ladder of the hierarchy, which means that there is a lot of room to get promoted, to get raised, and these kind of stuff. For your for your relationship, people, we do have the Queen of Cups. That could be a person. Doesn't necessarily has to be a woman, but most likely that will be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. It has these ascendant. Now this person, very touchy in the term of that this person is capable to feel your anger, to feel your pain, and she or he is very devoted to make you feel comfortable and to make you feel loved. Okay, so if this is someone around you that you're not paying attention to, well, this card is a sign that you need to start giving them more chance that you are giving them right now. I'm talking for those who are single. For those who ain't single, for what it seems, this card, guys, shows that your partner will be there for you this week. And even if you do had some arguments, even if you do had some struggles in the recent past, they will put that behind their back for the sake of that you're feeling comfortable and that you're feeling kind of like loved, okay? You feel that you do have a support behind your back. For Gemini, their career, we do have the Four of Cups, and Gemini this week, it's kind of like they're gonna feel that, yeah, they have a good unfoldment of their career, but much more can be done. And this week for Gemini will be a time of realization, how they can move forward, how they can implant their knowledge and their skills into some greater heights, which means that they will, some of you guys, Gemini, will start searching a way to either change their job to get a promotion, or generally to take on some private work as well. In other words, you are going to feel unsatisfied with the activities that you do have. I'm not talking about money here. These are the activities, because you're going to sense that you can't do much more, and you should not stop your unfoldment and development right now, but instead of that, you should start seeking for other fields of expertise where you can be helpful and productive. For your finances, we do have the Judgment card, and the Judgment card shows that if people are loaning you money, guys, for what it seems this week, you will be able to get that payback upon yourself, which means that you will be able to collect some debts from people that you have given debts. If you do need money for finances, also this week you will be able to get those money from somewhere. It could be from the bank, from investor, or from a person that is close to you. Regardless, this card is showing, guys, that if you desperately search money this week, you are about to find them in order to fulfill what you're trying to achieve. You know what I mean? So if you're trying to open your private business and you lack resources, excuse me, the resources will come to you in a certain way. You will receive a hint that could be very surprising of yours, in a term of that someone may approach you and tell you, look, I'm observing you for quite a while, and I do think that what you're trying to do really have prospect in the future, so I'm ready to invest in you. Or you can be approved from a bank to get a loan. For the ordinary people, what I mean are those who are just struggling with finances, the Judgment, it could be a sign that you will be able to rearrange your spending so you can face your expenses with much greater ease. For your for your relationship, we do have the Star card, guys. This card in existing relationship speaks for unfolding love, people, unconditional support from the partner that you are with. And if you are just on the verge of a breakup and you do have those tremendous fights with them and you don't see a way out to save the relationship, for what it seems, the relationship will be saved this week, and you will be able, and not just you but your partner as well, if you are the one who messed up, will give you a second chance. So don't mess up that second chance again. For those who are single, the Star card is a clear sign that you will be single no more. However, how deep will be the commitment, guys, that depends entirely on you. That could be a week where you are winning a very good friend of yours, or you are winning this week a very committed lover of yours. Whatever it is, you won't be alone no more. You will be alone no more, excuse me. And next we are going to Cancer. Into your career, that will be a crazy week, guys. Cancer, guys, into your career, a lot of fights are there, but these kind of I am at Cancer, Kimi. So but these fights that will occur are not because you lack perspective into your career, not because you lack skills, or the people that you are leading these fights are lacking skills or something like this, but because how can I place it in words? The true resolution, it's anybody's guess, and not that you guys are lacking, how can I place it in words, are lacking information, but because there are a lot of things that can go wrong moving forward. And you need to know that your career this week will be very, very dynamic, and you need to be open for surprises, and you need to be open to face every around turns that is happening with subtlety and with adaptability. Those kind of arguments that you may lead with your supervisor, with your boss, or basically with the people from the team that you're working at, they can be very, very productive, okay? As long as they are not taken personally, and you guys are kind of like together, combined, are determined to move forward and to find a real resolution that serves the company you're working for or the business that you're working for. The money here, we do have the Seven of Cups, and that card can go that card can play out into a variety of ways, but in one way that can play out is a idea which you may have to really put a fortune in your pocket. The other way that this card can go is an idea of spending money. So you will kind of have that necessity to spend money for your own well-being. Whatever it is, you need to be kind of like objective and sober about the situation, and you by any means don't spend money you don't have. So for you, Cancer, this week, spending money from your credit card will be very, very bad. So only spend money that you do own this week. And for your relationship, very good card for those who are single. For what it seems, that this card, first of all, is showing a lot of flirting. It's showing a new beginning. It's showing that you need to be open for everything new. But most of it will be where your self-confidence and your self-esteem will be boosted. You are about to realize that you're attracting much more people than you're thinking, that you're not looking as bad as you think you are looking, and that means that you will realize that you're not doomed to spend the rest of the year, for example, the next couple of months alone. For those who are in relationship, this card, guys, it is showing that your partner will start surprising you, or you are about to start surprising your partner with numerous ideas, with crazy, what can I say, ideas of kind of contributing for a particular activities that will only strengthen the relationship forward and will reignite the passion that you both have toward one another, or you both had toward one another. So to summarize all that, guys, for your relationship, it does seem that happy times for Cancer are coming, and you should not be trivial, you should not be conservative, but rather be open to explore new activities with your partner. So let me hello Letitia, let me shuffle the cards, guys, and we can go to the next 4 star signs. Michael, my birthday is on 13th of November, so it's not coming anytime soon, but thank you, mate. Yeah, well, Chantal, we are going to Leo next. Let me just shuffle. Well, good morning, Esperanza. Actually, here is afternoon, and the weather is really, really cool outside. I mean, it doesn't look like it is summer here, although it is. It is the middle of the summer. So, excuse me, guys, I still have a cold. So for Leo, Queen of Swords, for your career, for what it seems this week, guys, there will be a person siding with you. Now, that woman, most likely, which is in an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, or it has the ascendant, this woman is going to give you a tremendous help to push your projects moving forward. If you're jobless, this card will represent a person that will interview you either through phone or it's just going in person or whatever. You need to do a you need to put a high effort in order to impress her, and you need to impress her with your keen mind. That will be the best way in order for you to win to win her favor and to get the job. In other words, is that another interpretation of the Queen of Swords, guys, is that the responsibilities upon you this week into your career will be quite high, and the situation itself will require for you kind of like determined actions. But in other words, people, you will be able to consolidate your working place and your job, okay, with your keen mind and with the ability to be forewarned, okay. So you will place your logic, above everything else, and you will have a kind of like professional approach toward the situations into your career rather than emotional approach. For your money, here we have the Two of Cups, and for what it seems, you are about to spend quite of a money this week for a person you love, either your kid or your partner or your parents or whatever. These kind of spendings, guys, are going to make you feel very, very good inside, and it's kind of like they're going to make you feel helpful to the people that you're contributing at. They're going to make you feel, these kind of spendings are going to make you feel like, I cannot find the right word here, guys, but they're gonna make you feel like worthwhile, okay, that you do have meaning in life. And then for your relationship, just look what we have, Leo. We do have the Lover's card, and the Lover's card in relationship shows harmony. You're about to reach a harmony into your existing relationship right now, and the difficulties you had in it with your partner or with the situations in it, they're just gonna solve on their own accord, excuse me. You need to be patient, and you need to give time. You don't have to do anything, you know, the situations will resolve on their own. For those who are single, that card speaks for big attraction and to flirting, but you need to be very careful with this kind of attraction and flirting. Why? Because the Lovers can represent a mask, okay? Before you make a commitment, if you are about to make a commitment this week, guys, Leos, you need to be pretty much sure that the person you want to make a commitment with, it's exactly the one that he or she is presenting itself to you. Otherwise, you kind of risk to make a commitment with someone that is not what they are presenting to you, okay? For Virgo, we do have the Three of Swords this week, and that card could speak for a failure into a particular project or for incapability of furthering one project moving forward. Also, it may speak that you can be denied of taking a particular job. Three of Swords, however, is not the doom and gloom, guys. Basically, this card is showing that the troubles you may have into your career are quite lesser, quite minor than the troubles you make them out of. Excuse me if that sounded stupid, but it's kind of like it is not as bad as you think it is. And the Three of Swords, it's giving you an kind of like vision to reprioritize, to rearrange your path moving forward. So this week you may realize that you will be better into a different field of expertise than the one that you're trying to implant yourself in. Another interpretation of this card into your career, guys, is that some of your co-workers may really be rude to you and may place you into a very, very uncomfortable position in front of your boss or in front of your supervisor. So be very careful and keep your mouth shut. Do not speak for things you do not understand. So basically, stay quiet, excuse me, this week, Virgo. Your finances, however, with the Star card, guys, if you did had any difficulties into your finances recently, for what it seems, the times will go very, very quiet. And this card is also a sign that someone will help you financially. Someone will basically sustain you, if you do struggle to face your expenses. This card also shows a way to improve your finances, but the star card in this kind of meaning is something that rather comes slowly, and it's something that rather comes with initial idea first. So you have to be more objective towards your financial situation, and if something isn't work out for you to improve your finances, you quickly need to abandon it, and you need to kind of move to the next thing from it. Don't be stubborn. Into your relationship, however, we do have the Magician, and that will be a time, this week is going to be a time where a lot of speeches will be led into one relationship. A lot of talks will be given toward one another, and that will be the only reason for that will be not just to make fights, guys, and not to split from a relationship, but the purpose of these kind of conversations will be how you can push the relationship moving forward. That could be a talks over making marriage, a talks over moving together into a different place, you know, where you can just leave both of you, or it could be also talks where you and your partner are trying to accept one another as just as one is. Either way, these kind of conversations will create a much stable environment into your relationship. If you are single, that card speaks, people, that somebody will like you, somebody will really have attraction towards you for what you are. So your financial means and what you're working, where you're living, and these kind of things will not matter toward this person. But the Magician is something, there is something different with the Magician. This person that will have attraction towards you may not have the guts to admit it, so you need to make yourself a little bit more available, if you know what I mean. Next one is Libra, and Libra, for their career with the Two of Wands, that could be, guys, a proposition for work. It could be a falling off blockage, and that the universe is going to reveal you vast amounts of options available in front of you. But one is certain with this card, people, you will have a place where you can work if you are jobless, and if you are not jobless, you will have a proposition to contribute into particular activity or a project in front of you, which will really put your skills, your knowledge, and your attitude on its outer limits, which means that it will be something that will kind of like evaluate you into the field of expertise you are in. And it also will give you, how can I place it in words, it will give you an option after that to ask for promotion, to ask for raise, and to show yourself in front of the world as a much more capable of dealing with a particular job. Your finances with the Eight of Cups, well, I can say that with this card they have seen a better times, and a better times are gonna come. It is just you need to accept your position right now, and you need to realize that how can I place in words? At this very moment, you cannot better your situation, but the opportunity to better your situation will come very recently in the future. So don't lose hope, guys. So unfortunately, Libra, I cannot give you any sign that you will have improvement of finances this week. And into your relationship, that could be either a person that is coming in your life with the queen, with the king of the Knight of Wands, excuse me, someone that is very flirty, someone that is very attractive, someone that it is really know how the game of conquering one heart goes, and this person is gonna try do that so to you. That card could reflect also you, which means that you will appear in front of other people attractive, available, if you want to say it that way, and you're going to appear in front of other people kind of like a fire in a cold night, and they will try to be with you, okay? However, if this is a person, you have to be very careful, because this person isn't trying to get a hit only on you, but this person is getting a hit on everybody that the person likes. So you are not the only one that this person is aiming for. If we're talking about existing relationship with this card, well, for what it seems, that card speaks for kind of like a courageous approach toward the relationship. It also speaks for kind of like breaking up the steady routine into the relationship and making it a little bit more dynamic, with which, guys, you can really feel life coming out from the relationship again. However, this card comes as an impulse, and as it comes as an impulse, you have to take on that impulse and nurture it. Okay. Then we are going to Scorpio, and Scorpio, into your career we have the Nine of Cups. So your career is going to get evaluated forward. It does seem that you, Scorpio, will be really happy of where your career is getting this week, which could speak for successful ending of a particular project. It could speak for a successful promotion, successful raise, or basically successful maneuver into one private business. However, you shouldn't stop here, guys, because the happiness of the achievements that you will get this week will be temporary, and if you allow yourself to be lazy ass, then this kind of happiness and these achievements are going to just vanish. So a lot more work is waiting for you, and in order to make that happiness long lasting, you need to work, guys. Don't be lazy, even if you have a great achievement this week regarding to your career. Your finances, with the Devil card, people, for what it seems, this card, well, financially wise, you're gonna feel yourself much richer than the previous week, for what it seems, with the Devil card. Also, that could come as a proposition, very tempting proposition of you increasing your finances somehow. But if this is a proposition with a contract, be sure that you read even the smallest letter in this contract, because that card shows that there could be a catch into the contract. The Devil card also shows people that you, how can I place in words, you do have particular skills that you can sell in the market, okay, and to improve your finances. But will you sell those skills for the greater good, or you will sell those skills to do harm? That depends on you entirely. This card also could represent a something that you want to buy for yourself. You have really wanted. You didn't have the opportunity until now, either because you didn't have the finances or you didn't have the time for it. And now this week, you will have that kind of window to purchase this particular material thing. But how that purchase is going to serve you for the future, well, that remains to be known. And for what it seems, with the Devil card, you are overly exaggerating the purpose of whatever you want to purchase. And into your relationship, we do have the Hangman, guys, Scorpio. So the Hangman shows that there could be a difficulties into your relationship. There could be a things and your, not things, but kind of like your attempts to better your relationship will just gonna face wall, because you cannot do anything at this very moment, guys, with the Hangman. And the Hangman itself says that the skies darken are gonna be set to a light again. It's just a storm that you need to wait so the storm can passes, and this is the only thing that you need to do. You need to wait, and while you're waiting so your relationship can get better, you can take on a different perspective upon the relationship. Now, desperately trying to change things in the relationship, it is the only way that you can ruin it. So with this card, we do have the mantra here saying that it is better do nothing than do wrong. So you do nothing. For those who are single, guys, for what it seems, you Scorpio, this week you will also remain single, because you won't be able to meet a certain person that will really suit you. This is because you haven't found it yet into your social circle. And here we are having the mantra again, where you need to try to search for a new social circle, for a new perspective of a social circle, so you can find a better person for you. Let me shuffle again, guys, and we can go to the last 4 star signs, which are Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Oops, one card fell down. 1 second. So Sagittarius, your career, for what it seems, guys, are gonna go even better than it was in the previous week. This time, however, you will be able to set a foundation this week of something very big, of something very, very productive for yourself. That could be I don't know about projects, but these kind of activities, people will try to teach you something into your working place, guys. And this week you have to be open for working in team. Okay, teamwork is what it's going to give you prosperity. For those who are who are jobless this week, for what it seems, you are about to have a numerous interviews, guys, or you will have the option available to go into a variety of interviews, people, and you will be able to show that you will not impress just with kind of like knowledge and skills, but you will impress the people that are about to hire you on job, the readiness on your behalf to learn and to be productive in this job. So don't drop off your positive attitude, guys. But if you are in work, probably your supervisor will approach you and it will tell you, look, we got this that needs to be done, can you do it? And I will help you with it, I will guide you through it, but we need a person just like you so it can be done. And you gotta take it, people, and that will not just boost you in their eyes, but it is also going to give you a very, very solid foundation to jump forward towards your brighter future. Also, this card may shows that your company that you're working at could sign you to get a certain qualification of yours. Okay. Your finances with the High Priestess is showing not decrease but nor increase either. So your finances are just going to stay as they are right now, and you will be able, if you are having difficulties or you're worrying how you're gonna face your expenses this week, that card shows, guys, that you should not worry because your expenses will be covered by you. I don't know how, because it depends on your personal situation, but somehow you will be able to find the resources you need. Okay. And into your relationship, we do have the Nine of Wands, and despite how difficult time your partner is giving you, if you are in relationship, guys, you will be able to endure it. So you will show endurance, strength, and determination to save the relationship at all costs. This card, it is showing that you and your partner are going to realize that it cannot go further anymore like this. Okay, certain small adaptations, small changes needs to be done, and they need to be done willingly from both of you. So thus a changing of one relationship will come on the plate, where you and your partner will be equally devoted to save the relationship. Those single with the Nine of Wands, guys, for what it seems this week, you ain't going to find someone that will really, really suit you, but you will not lose the hope of that the one that is right for you is just around the corner, and it is around the corner. Okay, and those who are kind of having an empathizement with a person, and this person has unclear goals towards you, unclean goals towards you, for what I can say, you are about to have the reveal this week, so no one will be able to do you harm and take advantage of your emotional state. Capricorns, your work, well, for what it seems, you're gonna have a lot of worries this work. Okay, difficulties, it is what it will emerge for you. And how can I place it in words? You shouldn't be slumbered by those kind of difficulties. You need to work to resolve the root of the problem, okay, rather than to fight with the symptoms of the problem. Excuse me. Also, different version of this card is that the people that are above you, the people that are kind of paying you or pulling out the strings for the work, they will give you really, really hard time, and you can feel threatened for the job. Okay, you may feel threatened of that you will be fired at the end of the week. Now, this card doesn't show that you will become jobless, but it kind of shows that you are taking way too personal the troubles that the company have, and instead of taking care of yourself, you may torture yourself with the difficulties that are not yours to be taken with. So I can summarize as well for those who are working into the freelancing field, guys, that regardless of what difficulties you have with the people that you're giving work to you, you need to know that the endless discussion ain't gonna give you any results, but instead of that, you really need to seek for the roots of the problem rather than to try fighting with the symptoms. What I'm trying to say is that, for example, if you and your partner in your private business are trying to find are having difficulties with investing money because you're lacking money to a certain investment, the root of the problem here is that you don't have an investor, not that you lack money. So there is a kind of like a threat that you and your partner in business could start arguing over money instead to arguing over who has to be the investor or how to find an investor. So you will try to fight with the symptom, which is lacking of money, instead of the root of the problem, that you lack investor. Okay, so you need to be a little bit more smarter when you are dealing with difficulties this week, Capricorns. Your financial need, your finances, however, either good or bad, you're about to find the right measures how to stabilize your finances this week, guys, with the temperance, without asking other people for blessings. What I mean is that without begging other people to give you finances. So completely on your own, guys, you're about to find the right measure, either how to spend your money or how to make money. And into your relationship, guys, with the Queen of Pentacles, this is either giving a second chance into one relationship, realizing that you haven't actually exhausted the or consumed the whole relationship with an ex of yours. So that could be appearance of an ex, okay, or it could be a person as well with the Queen of Pentacles, which is a earth sign person. It is a Capricorn, it is either Virgo or Taurus, or it has these ascendants. This person very devoted to have family. It is really a homey type person. And under a homey type, I mean someone who likes to spend time alone with the very trusted companion of yours, rather than to spend time into a large amount of people. Okay, and also for this person, it is all matter what they see when they look at you, rather than when they look at your pocket. So if you are single, guys, you're about to find someone that is really determined to fight for sake of one relationship, however, instead to fight for you. Okay, so you have to be equally devoted toward the relationship as this person is devoted. Again, for existing relationship, this card shows that you will be able to make a compromise and really try to forgive to your partner. And if you are single as well, if this is not appearance of a new person, that will be an ex that is coming into your life, trying to convince you to try anew. For Aquarius, wow, that will be a fantastic week for Aquarius's career, which means that you will be able to success in project of yours. You will be able to have success in your business. You will be able to really be very productive into the field that you're working. You will be able to make money, guys, and the best thing will be that you will be able to do that with ease. Okay, so no difficulties into your career whatsoever. Those who are seeking for work, somebody is going to find you very capable for the work they have. They are going to find you very suitable for the troubles that they do have into their business, which means that you will be highly evaluated and being invited to deal with problems either as a private contractor or as an employee. Your finances, well, I can see that, because it is clear that you're with the Nine of Pentacles, that your finances, Aquarius, will be increased, if not slightly, tremendously. And that card shows that you will wondering what I'm gonna do with these money right now. So you will start spending money, guys, on pointless things, or things that you didn't imagine to spend money until now, and that will really throw you into a standard of life that you don't belong at. So be conservative rather, guys, and only spend money on what you need rather than on everything that you are popping up into your mind. This card is showing that regarding to your finances, people, if you are not grounded, if you are not sober, you're about to make a mistake that you have made in the past as well, and the disappointment, it is what is going to sober you and it will ground you. Okay, and your relationship here with the Five of Cups, this card shows that a past event in the relationship that brought pain to your partner will be brought back to life. Okay, so this is opening of an old wound. This card isn't threatening the relationship itself, so there is no kind of like a threat of breaking up, but there is a threatening of getting colder. Okay, being cold with your partner, or that your partner is going to be cold with you as well. But regardless of that, guys, because the five of Cups is a card where even though the person is disappointed, is determined to bring the things he is doing to the very end. So this kind of a tantrum that will happen into your relationship, Aquarius, is this week, will not be enough to break the relationship. Those who are single, that card unfortunately speaks for denial. So somebody that you're trying to make an empathizement with or trying to establish a communication is going to deny you of commitment. But this will not slumber your spirit. This will not harm your self-respect. Okay, and you will quickly realize that if it isn't happening with this one, but basically that one is not good enough for me, so a better person it is yet to come into my life, which means that you will not lose again your positive attitude. And for Pisces, wow, their career, guys, that card could speak for tremendous, colossal failure of a project of yours. You don't have to be the one to blame. Okay, so it may not be your fault, it could be someone else's fault, but it kind of is going to affect you in a certain way. This card could also speak for loss of a job as well, unfortunately. However, that card, guys, always comes with a promise that something better is coming forward in the future. So you can see here that the sun is rising, which means that if you have lost your job this week, if you are about to lose your job this week for Pisces, a better one is about to come after that. If a project of yours is coming to an end and it's failing, a bigger one will come after that, and as well your boss or your supervisor or whatever will realize that it wasn't your fault. Actually, the fault is collective. Okay, this card also is a sign of ending of an era. You may be the one who will want to leave the job because the job isn't giving you what the job was promised to give you at the very start, and you will make your final decision to that you're unbelonging, you belong there no more, and with that you will just resign, and you will start seeking for better field of opportunities, which will come to you, guys. You should not lose hope. The Ten of Swords is a card that comes fast and it passes away fast, which means that the uncomfortable events that are about to happen will affect you no longer than a couple of days to 3 days. Okay, and after that a way out will be presented to you, especially with having the Eight of Pentacles card for your finances, which means that you will start making money. So whatever happens into your career, guys, okay, it seems that you will lose, but in reality will be something that you will win from. Okay, you will win a new way of how you can earn money, and you will start working. That card speaks for orders, a new purchase orders that are coming in your way. Very favorable for those who are dealing with private business. Purchase orders for a large amounts of money. Okay, and this card also speaks for expanding one vision of how money can be earned. So it also can speak for additional activities that can really win you finances on your behalf. Will you have difficulties facing your expenses this week? I could say rather not. You will not have difficulties to face your expenses. And last but not least, guys, we do have your relationship, which is a card same as the Scorpio card. The Hangman speaks that you cannot alter this relationship that week, even though you may wanna do so. Okay, all your attempts to better the relationship will face a wall and they will be pointless. So the best thing you can do this week, guys, is do exactly nothing into your relationship, because the relationship is gonna fix itself on its own accord. You just have to wait that stressful time to pass away. And if you are single people, that week with this card, unfortunately, you will not face or meet a person that you can make a commitment with, not because there is an absence of such a person, but because you're not looking into a right direction. So until you don't open your eyes, Pisces, either you will not find a person that you can have a flirt with, or you can go out on a date, or you will find the wrong people for yourself. So that was the horoscope for this week, guys, 17th of July to 23rd of July, and I hope it comes helpful to you. And if it does, please like and share the video. And if you do want a private reading with me, you can find me at www.tarotpredictions.net, which is also written here in the description of the video. And until then, people, I wish you best of luck, and you have a great one and very, very productive week, and see you next time. Bye.